Welcome, dear listeners, to History with Herodotus, where we embark on a journey through the labyrinth of time, unraveling the mysteries of our collective past. Today, we find ourselves at the threshold of a most fascinating tale, the history of London, a metropolis that has evolved from humble beginnings to become one of the world's most iconic cities. Our narrative begins in the misty dawn of the 1st century AD, when the Roman Empire, under the guidance of Emperor Claudius, set its sights on the island of Britannia. It was the year 43 AD, and the Romans, with their characteristic zeal for expansion, sought to claim this distant land as their own. The Thames River, which would later become the lifeblood of London, proved an attractive conduit for trade and commerce. The Romans, led by the brilliant military strategist Aulus Plautius, landed on the shores of Kent and began their campaign to subdue the native Celtic tribes. As we traverse the rolling hills and verdant valleys of southern England, we find ourselves in the midst of a pivotal moment in history. The Roman legions, with their disciplined ranks and sophisticated engineering skills, gradually gained control over the region. In 47 AD, the Romans established a bridge over the Thames, marking the birth of Londinium, a name derived from the Celtic word Lyn Din, meaning fortress by the pool. This strategic outpost would serve as a crucial hub for trade, commerce, and governance, attracting merchants, artisans, and travelers from all corners of the Roman Empire. The influence of Roman culture can still be seen in the city's layout, with many of its streets following the original Roman grid pattern. The Romans introduced their system of governance, with Londinium being governed by a series of magistrates and councils. One notable figure from this period is the Roman governor, Publius Astorius Scapula, who played a crucial role in establishing the city's early infrastructure. Archaeological evidence suggests that Londinium was also an important center for the production of goods such as pottery, glass, and metalwork. As we explore the archaeological remnants of Roman London, we discover a treasure trove of artifacts that reveal the daily lives of its inhabitants. The remains of the Roman Forum, with its basilica and temples, evoke the vibrant commercial and cultural activity that once thrived in this ancient metropolis. The early history of Londinium is also marked by significant events, such as the visit of the Roman Emperor Hadrian in 1202 AD, who inspected the city's defenses and commissioned the construction of a new wall. This period also saw the emergence of a distinctively Roman British culture, with the blending of native Celtic traditions and Roman customs. Welcome, dear listeners, to the next chapter in our journey through the annals of London's history, where we find ourselves in the midst of a transformative era that would elevate this city to unprecedented heights. As we explore the 18th and 19th centuries, we witness a London that is rapidly evolving into a global hub of commerce, innovation, and culture. The Industrial Revolution, which began in the late 18th century, brought about a seismic shift in London's economic landscape. The introduction of steam power, textile machinery, and other technological advancements enabled mass production, leading to an explosion of industrial activity along the Thames. The city became a magnet for entrepreneurs, inventors, and workers seeking to capitalize on the new opportunities emerging from this revolution. One notable figure from this period is Isambard Kingdom Brunel, a visionary engineer who left an indelible mark on London's infrastructure. His groundbreaking projects, such as the Thames Tunnel and the Great Western Railway, not only facilitated the growth of industry, but also transformed the city's transportation network. The construction of the railway, in particular, had a profound impact on London's development, connecting the city to the rest of Britain and cementing its position as a hub of national commerce. As we wander through the streets of Victorian London, we find ourselves immersed in a world of vibrant cultural and intellectual activity. The city was home to some of the most brilliant minds of the era, including Charles Dickens, who chronicled the lives of London's inhabitants with unparalleled insight and wit. His novels, such as Oliver Twist and David Copperfield, offer a poignant commentary on the social ills of the time, from poverty and inequality to crime and moral decay. London's cultural landscape was also enriched by the emergence of iconic institutions like the British Museum, which was founded in 1753 and quickly became a repository of the world's most treasured artifacts. The 19th century also saw the transformation of London's physical environment, with the development of new neighborhoods, parks, and public spaces. The construction of Regent's Park, for example, created a tranquil oasis in the heart of the city, while the expansion of the railway network led to the growth of suburbs like Camden and Islington. The city struggled with issues like overcrowding, sanitation, and public health, which were exacerbated by the rapid influx of people from rural areas. However, it was during this period that London began to develop its unique character, a blend of tradition and innovation, grandeur and grit, which would come to define the city as we know it today. The 20th century brought about significant challenges for London, including the devastation of World War II. The city suffered greatly during the Blitz, with widespread destruction and loss of life. The bombing campaign, which lasted from 1940 to 1941, destroyed many of London's historic buildings and landmarks, including the Houses of Parliament and St. Paul's Cathedral. However, despite the devastation, Londoners showed remarkable resilience and determination, and the city began to rebuild and recover in the post-war period. One notable example of this rebuilding effort was the construction of the Barbican Estate, a large residential complex built in the 1960s and 1970s. The estate was designed by architects Chamberlain, Powell, and Bond, and was intended to provide modern, high-quality housing for Londoners. The 20th century also saw significant changes to London's economy and culture. The decline of traditional industries such as manufacturing and dockwork led to a shift toward service-based economies with the growth of financial services, tourism, and technology. This transformation was marked by the development of new areas, such as Canary Wharf, which became a major hub for finance and business. London's cultural landscape also underwent significant changes in the 20th century. The city became a melting pot of different cultures and communities with the arrival of immigrants from all over the world. This diversity is reflected in the city's vibrant arts scene, with institutions such as the National Theatre and the Tate Modern showcasing the work of artists from diverse backgrounds. In the latter half of the 20th century, London faced significant challenges, including economic decline and social unrest. The city struggled with issues such as poverty, crime, and inequality, which were exacerbated by the decline of traditional industries and the loss of manufacturing jobs. However, in recent decades, London has undergone a remarkable transformation, with the regeneration of areas such as the Docklands and the South Bank. Today, London is a thriving cosmopolitan city known for its vibrant culture, stunning architecture, and world-class amenities. The city continues to evolve and adapt, with new developments such as the Olympic Park and the redevelopment of King's Cross. From its humble beginnings as a Roman settlement to its current status as a global hub, London has always been a city of innovation, creativity, and determination. That's all for today's History with Herodotus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, remember that, to understand the present, we must first understand the past.